All right, so a lot of people have still been in my comment sections talking about NBA 2K needs to have a demo. Now, me being fascinated right now with the modern technology, I have been going into ChatGPT so hard now, trying to just get answers, man. And it's crazy. Like I said, man, being an 80s baby, you know, and how it was for me growing up where there was no devices and stuff. Now, all of a sudden, I can just go on my phone and ask an artificial intelligence a question, and they're just digging deep, getting answers that I'm just like, wow, okay, I never thought of it like that. So what I'm doing today is I'm going to finally put to rest the whole let's have a demo argument, because truthfully, it's never going to happen, right? So, but let's speak on why, okay? And not just why, but ChatGPT. ChatGPT gave five main reasons of why we will not be getting demos anytime soon. And so let's just go ahead and break it down. It says NBA 2K stopped releasing demos for several strategic and business related reasons. While they never gave one official explanation, here's a breakdown of the most likely reasons based on industry trends and community insight, okay? So number one, maximizing pre-orders and early access sales. In recent years, 2K shifted to pushing pre-orders and early access 4 days early as a major revenue strategy, okay? Releasing a free demo before launch gave players a chance to judge the game first, potentially leading to fewer pre-orders. By removing the demo, they increase FOMO, which is fear of missing out, and pushing players to buy before trying. So I want y'all to understand what that just said, okay? People, if you gave them so what 2K is, or other gaming industry, what they're saying is that the reason why they went away from demos, because players could literally try to demo out and be like, oh yeah, this game's trash, I'm not buying it. And 2K is like, nah, we don't want them to do that. We don't want them to know if the game's good or not. You know, so what we'll do is we'll take the demo out, okay? By removing the demo and you're not having the ability to try out the game, now you get the fear of missing out, because what if the game is really, really good? What if this is going to be the best 2K ever? So now you have the fear of missing out. So again, it goes right back into getting those high pre-order sales. Then it says number two, hiding flaws or recycled features. It says NBA 2K often reuses animations, gameplay mechanics, and even UI year after year. A demo could expose minimal improvements and disappoint fans early, hurting launch hype. By not offering a demo, they delay criticism until after most purchases are already made. So again, it's very strategic here. All right. So if 2K is, or any game, if they are using minimal upgrades every year, and again, this is a strategy that not only happens in the gaming industry, but we see it with, like, I'm critical of the Apple products. I feel like the Apple iPhone comes out every single year and they make minimal changes, like this, like a very minimal upgrade to the camera, and that's it. And you know, they push it back out there like it's a brand new product. And that is no different when it comes to the gaming industry, okay? So again, a demo could expose minimal improvements and disappoint fans early, hurting launch hype. And again, we all know those initial sales is going to be the bulk of what 2K is going to make as far as the game purchases. Now, we're going to do another video of where they're really getting the money from, okay? Number three, demos are being abused for build testing. I thought this was funny, but especially in modes like My Career, players use the demo too. All right, now check this out. Test different builds and plan their perfect player without spending VC. Now, we spoke about that in a previous video. All right, I'm gonna come back to that. Then, once the game drops, they know exactly what to buy or grind. 2K likely realized this cut into microtransaction revenue since players didn't have to spend VC on failed builds. Now, I spoke about this in my last video about whether or not, what we'll need to truly get enough information to make a build and not have to just make 15, 16 builds, right? To like continuously tweaking and finding that perfect build, because that cuts into the microtransactions. Now, it's very hard for me with no information to just go out there and just blindly accuse 2K of intentionally, making the builder environment to where it doesn't give you enough information to where you fail. But the reality is we don't have enough information there. And again, I don't want to get all into that, because if you want to know about that, just watch my previous video I just dropped. I talked about what it would take for us to not have to continuously just be frustrated and not understanding, the game and what build to make, because how we know what build to truly make if the game just came out, right? So again, it makes sense, but now again, I want to stress, this is ChatGPT, and this is not something that is publicly out that 2K is, realize this cut, and like you said, 2K likely realized, it said likely realized this cut into microtransaction revenue since players didn't have to spend VC on failed builds. But I tell you what, when I saw that portion, I said, damn, that makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense. You know what I mean? We all do not get enough data to really truly make a good first build, and a demo would definitely help us, but we don't have a demo. All right, number 4, resource allocation and development focus. Now, this is something that I've heard like for verbatim, from just games in general, or publishers in general, dev teams in general. They say developers claimed they'll rather use the time and team resources to polish the full game than build a stripped down demo version. Now, this is true because a lot of people, I remember before I was really involved with 2K, I was saying the same thing, like, yo, just make a little demo, but it's no such thing as a little demo, right? It takes a lot of man hours to just make a simple demo, and that same team also has to make the full game. And it does. And another thing is, well, why don't they hire? You can't just hire more people. It's more money. And again, every single dollar counts when you're a publicly traded company. So I understand that portion. It says, but many fans argue this is a weak excuse, as older demos were basically small parts of the retail game. Now, again, this is what ChatGPT is saying, what fans argue. But anybody that is familiar with publishers, or actually know a dev, or know somebody that works for that and just knows that it's just not something you can just like, yo, like it would still take a lot of weeks, a lot of man hours, and a lot of time. And for an annually released game, right, there is, again, every second counts, okay? So I know about this one. I'm not gonna call BS on that. I know some of y'all, regardless, y'all are just gonna say it's BS, but it is what it is. Number 5, live service error mentality. Now, this right here hits it straight on the head. This is not ChatGPT guessing, whatever. This is straight fact. It says 2K operates like a live service game now, similar to Fortnite or Call of Duty. These games prioritize ongoing updates, events, microtransactions over traditional demo marketing. And here's the big one. The first few days after launch acts like the demo period now, except you pay full price to access it. So that right there hits so close to the heart, because I'm like, damn, that's what it is. So when people were like, bro, you dropped the game, there's so many bugs and this and that, yo, like the passing lanes, this, why it's still so OP, this and that, because it's the damn demo. It's the demo. It's like the testing phase now, right? So bottom line is this, okay? NBA 2K likely stopped releasing demos to increase early purchases, prevent player build testing that hurt VC sales, avoid early criticism of reused content, and maximize control over how and when the game is judged. It's a business move, but one that's frustrated many long-time fans.